Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm really tired. I just got home. I'm sick again. I've been going in between being well and sick all winter. That's the only thing I don't like about winter, is that I get sick a lot. Like, I can be well for 3 days and then I'll be ill again in another 3 days. Did that make sense? I don't even care. This week our topic is childhoods and whatnot. The thing is, I know it sounds bad, but I actually don't remember much about my childhood. I remember we used to have like bushes in the front yard and we used to play hide and seek and stuff. Like, I mostly remember stuff with my cousins. I remember a couple of things from when I was like the first 5 or 7 years of my life. And then, like, most of it is really blurry. It's hard to explain. And then middle school, it feels like 1,000 years away, but it was just a couple of years ago. What do I say? That's the thing. Chloe wanted to do this topic, and I don't know anything about my childhood, so it's hard to say. My mom says that when I was little, I was born 12 days later than I was supposed to be. I was born on April 24th and I was supposed to be born on April 12th. And I could like walk and talk and stuff by the time I was a year old, and I think that's ahead of regular child progress or whatever, but whatever. I don't remember very much. I remember this one time my my brother and I, he's 3 years younger than I am, and he wanted to play Barbies because, you know, he was like 2 and I was like 5, and I'm like, I don't want to play the Barbies. And then he's like, I want to play the Barbies. And I was like, Mom, tell him I don't have to play the Barbies. And my mom was like, you have to play the Barbies. So I went to play the Barbies with him, and we were sitting in the dining room and we were playing with the Barbies, and then my dad walks in. He comes home from work and he's like, Pierre, that's my mom's name, he's like, Pierre, why is my son playing with the Barbies? And I'm like, oh. And then he yells at me, he's like, why are you making your brother play with the Barbies? And I'm like, he wanted to play the Barbies with me, I don't even want to play the Barbies. And it was it was funny. At least my mom like vouched for me that time. There was another time when my brother, he was a very destructive child. We were playing in my room, and he got everything all over the place. And so my parents came in later that day and they're like, your room's a mess, you need to clean it. And they were like yelling at me, and they're like, you're getting punished. And I'm like, but it was Mateo. And then he's like, that's my brother. And then my parents are like, yeah, right, don't blame things on your little brother. And then I'm like, but it was him. Because it was him, and he was just like throwing things all over, and I'm like, Mateo, stop, I'm gonna get in trouble, you're messing up my things. And then I did get in trouble, and it was his fault, and I was mad. He always used to, when we used to play, like, we had the little Pokemon figures and stuff, and we used to, like, make houses for them and, like, play with them, and we'd mix them with, like, Polly Pockets or something, and we'd have Pokemon battles, and I always let him boss me around, so we'd be, like, arguing. I'd be like, no way, Ember totally beats Splash. And then he's like, no it doesn't, I win. And I'm like, and then he's like, I win! And I'm like, okay. And, it was, he always used to boss me around, it's funny. It's funny because he's 3 years younger than me, that's the only reason why. Other than that, it's kind of like, But, yeah. You know who my favorite brother is? I like Wade, Riley's brother. He's awesome. He has his little Wade bops hanging around. That's what we call his friends. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a a cool brother, it feels like. He plays video games with Riley. I haven't played video games with my brother since we were like 10 because we lost the GameCube. Of course, I really loved my GameCube. It was really nice, and we used to play Mario Kart, and we'd play all these nice games that other games that I'm not thinking of right now, but you know what? Who cares? They were nice games, and we still have the games, but we don't have the GameCube. And we could use the Wii, but the Wii sucks, so yeah. Throughout elementary school, I didn't have any friends. People stayed away from me. I couldn't imagine why. No, I was apparently really weird. I didn't think I was that weird. Looking back, I was pretty weird. The thing is, I still am weird. It's just now I have other weird people to go to when I'm feeling weird. As a child, I was always obsessed with, like, I think I mentioned it before, but I was obsessed with hamsters. And people would be like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be a hamster. And then they're like, and I'm like, I'm gonna marry a hamster. And it was really awkward. And they're like, how are you gonna become a hamster? I'm like, I'm gonna get a hamster costume and I'm gonna walk around. And it was my iPod is playing really lightly in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but the Imagination Movers. Do you know that show? It was on Disney Channel. Well, Disney Junior. Yeah, when I was little, it used to be Playhouse Disney, but now it's Disney Junior. Whatever. Yeah, so a song is playing on my iPod, and I'm gonna change it. Now Mormon Jesus playing. Mormon Jesus. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of other things that went down in my childhood. Basically all I remember is I used to play with my cousins, and I didn't have any friends, and yeah. Oh my god. I got this really cool ring yesterday. And on the inside, it says it on the inside. I think that's the coolest thing. I don't know why. But on the outside, it's like, okay, a normal ring, kind of boring. But on the inside, it says, life is about the journey, not the destination. And I think that's really cool. I think that's something to live by, guys. I think that's really cool. I like that quote. I like it. Yeah, like, it's not like this is the first time I'm hearing it, like, a whole new world. That was really weird. That was really deep. No, I heard that quote before. I just always thought it was cool, and now Ring says it, and I'm like, haha, yes, destiny. Okay, I'm just gonna end this here. I'll see you guys next Sunday. I actually started talking about a lot more things than I thought I would. I didn't even originally think of mentioning my brother, which is weird, because I grew up with him, you know? Okay, now I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go. Bye.